completed from verse 1 to 8. Now, in this chapter, we are seeing Narada is requesting his father to give an explanation of the creation of this entire universe and everything on it. How did it happen? What transpired? The reason why he is asking his father Brahmaji is because Brahmaji was given first-hand knowledge by the divine consciousness Sri Krishna himself. And that is the reason why it is first-hand knowledge. Now he was the first creation of his. Through him, he was given the choice of creating further. That means he was given the responsibility by Krishna to create this entire creation, right? To make that whole thing come out. So, and he has to operate under certain laws. So when I say the laws, it means that there are certain frameworks that are drawn. They have to be used to implement so that he can do the job of creation perfectly. And when Sukadev is talking to Parikshit, he said, can I understand how this whole thing started? So referencing Narada, he said that is Sukadev said that Narada had also asked this question and the answer was provided by his father Brahmaji. So I have summarized this entire thing for you. So today we will see what is Brahmaji going to say about it. So from verse 9 onwards, it is Brahmaji who is going to talk about how this creation happened. We are doing Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 5, verse 9. Lord Brahma said, my dear Narada, being merciful to all, including me, you have asked this question because I have been inspired to see in the prowess of the Almighty Personality of Godhead, that is Sri Krishna. Alright, so this verse means, normally when there is a great master sitting in front of the audience, it has happened time immemorial. You will find that even when Buddha was around, his disciples, his primary disciples, they were sitting in the front row over there facing the audience. Below them were some more on the right hand side, on the left hand side, there were different types of people sitting. Now who were they? Some were bodhisattvas, literally on the verge of realization. Some were arhats, basically those who have started out on their journey and are practicing this particular Buddhism. That was what it was. So many a times, the principal disciples would deliberately question. They would ask a question to Buddha about something which they themselves knew the answer, not that they did not know. Why is this done? This is done so that the propagation of knowledge happens. Knowledge can be distributed when we break it down into small bits and chunks. Got it? And when you distribute this knowledge in a very tiny format, which you are doing today even in YouTube, have you noticed it? There are long form videos. You might have seen that there are some very, very long podcasts and all, 3 hours and all. And then they are broken down into smaller chunks. Some of them may be 30 minutes long, some of them may be 10 minutes long. And then there are smaller versions of it, 2 minutes, 3 minutes and 1 minute. You have seen the 1 minute shorts also. So what happens is, this way the knowledge gets broken down into small bits. When it is broken down into small bits, it is very easy to digest. Similarly, when Narada asked the question, do you think Narada did not know the answer? Narada is a person who roams the entire universes. You know this. He goes from different planetary systems. When I say planetary systems, it means basically the different heavens of different gods. He has the ability to transcend also and go beyond also. Because he is the carrier of information. He is like a person from the internet, He's going everywhere. So his knowledge is perfect. Not that he doesn't have the knowledge. But for the sake of mankind, he asks these questions. He will say, dear Father, can you please tell me how this creation happened during your times? So here Brahmaji is saying, you are doing a great job when you ask this kind of questions. You will find that I encourage you all to ask me certain questions. They may be rudimentary questions also. A simple question like who is God, where does he live, blah blah. Those kind of things. Why is it important to ask questions? It is so that the dissipation of knowledge happens at all levels. See, think about it. When in a class, the teacher comes and teaches on the board and goes away. Nobody asks a question. Do you think those 50 students or whatever number of students are there, they will be able to get the knowledge equally? No. So for that reason, someone has to ask a question. And whosoever asks the question, they are doing yeoman service to mankind. They are literally someone who is helping mankind. See, my dear boy, Narada, being merciful to, including me, to all. You are merciful to everybody, including me. I am the knower of this information, correct? That is, Brahmaji is saying this to his son, Narada. He says to Narada, see Narada, I know the information. The information can die within me only. I don't have to tell it to everybody. But till you don't ask me the question, you are not doing service to mankind. So you are merciful to me as well as the whole world. In spirituality, if you have done this scripture with me, prior to this I was doing Tripura Rahasyam. In that, isn't that word inquiry very important? If you think you are a knowledgeable person and you keep quiet, your progress is not going to happen. A great God like Parshuram had to ask his guru for the question. You see, he had to question his guru and say, can you please tell me this answer? If you think that you are very knowledgeable, or if you feel, oh, I am shy, I can't open my mouth. What is the question you are totally a dull person. When you say these words, I don't know what questions to ask, This is so silly. For me, everything is blank. Really? It can be the silliest of the questions. I have never discouraged these silly questions also according to you. But those silly questions really make a big difference. And that is why questioning is important. So you are being merciful to me also. When you ask a question, you are showing your mercy on me. You are doing a real great service to mankind. And the mankind itself, they are really getting the knowledge. Because they have inspired to see the prowess of Almighty God. See, how do you know the prowess of the Divine Lord Himself? Till you do not ask questions, till you do not have that ability to, go ahead and be a part of this journey, no knowledge will open up. Knowledge to open up requires inquiry. When you go to college or when you go to school, if you don't inquire, if you don't keep on asking, you will lose out on a lot of knowledge, isn't it? I hope you understand this. So we will move to the next verse. So we are doing Canto 2, Chapter 5, Srimad Bhagavatam, verse 10. Whatever you have spoken about me is not false. Because unless and until one is aware of Sri Krishna, who is the ultimate truth being beyond me, one is sure to be illusioned by observing my powerful activities. Always understand one thing. There is a person who is acting on behalf of another person. Do you know who is the main person over there? You will find that even in your organizations, you are talking to your boss. Your boss has only information which he is passing on to you. But he is not the one who is generating that knowledge. His knowledge is coming from his higher ups. His higher ups are getting knowledge from their higher ups, and so on and so forth. So finally, it is that one person who is responsible for all the knowledge that is there and for whom you all are working. You are not working for your immediate supervisor. Your supervisor can leave the company and go away. See, in some cases it so happens that the CEO goes away. He resigns and he goes away. Do you think that that CEO who has resigned was even good within his job? He has gone to greener pastures. Suppose you have a CEO or suppose you have a boss in your company. In a few days' time, you come to know that, oh, he is leaving this company and he is going to Australia, New Zealand, America, Canada, or some such place. Because he has got better opportunities. Do you think that that person is serious about his life? No. It is like getting married to one woman and then searching on the internet for, matchups. You understand what I'm saying? You are going to all these Tinder, Winder and all that, and you are seeing, oh, can I get a better girl? Sir, this is not how life is. You have to be sincere to yourself and to the job. So your boss is a useless person. But there is a final authority who considers that this is my company, this is my organization. In similar fashion, you will find that you have to understand the whole creation is only one being. He has initiated this, and that is Sri Krishna himself. But we praise Brahmaji because he seems to be the creator. We keep on praising Brahmaji. Oh my God, this is such a wonderful mountain. This is Switzerland. This is that. You know the kind of thing that we say? Such a beautiful ocean. Oh, the sunset is so pretty. We say these words. We are actually praising Brahmaji. But Brahmaji is saying over here, please understand, I am not worthy of those praises. The one who is worthy of those praises is the Divine Lord who has given me instructions to work. In this spiritual world also, there are lots of people who do these kind of things. One of the great persons today in this industry, he doesn't even acknowledge his guru. And he has presented himself as the master of some newfangled stuff and markets it in his name. Okay? Without a mention that this has come from my Guruji. That Guruji is dead and gone, no doubt about it. But attribution is important. In a similar manner, I have not seen the attribution of Kalima in any of these temples where Ramakrishna Paramahansa used to pray to her. not to the undivine, not to that, divine unmanifest. He was not praying to Brahma. He was praying to Kalima. The thing is very clear. Full day he will keep on saying Kalima, Kalima, Kalima. Today, you go to any place over there, there is no Kalima anywhere. Oh, those people are praying to Brahma, the divine unmanifest. In this scripture, which is called Srimad Bhagavatam, the attribution to God, to Sri Krishna is necessary. Even Brahmaji will give attribution, will say, I am nobody. It is Sri Krishna who has told me to do this. So please understand this. Great masters from the past like Tukaram Maharaj or great masters from even ancient times, they attributed whatever that they did, they attributed to the divine manifest. Manifest means what? Mirabai, who is such a great saint from the past, said everything is about Krishna. Tukaram Maharaj, Eknath Maharaj, Namdev, they said he is Vithoba. Okay? If you come down south also, you will find that there is a manifestation of the God which is represented over there. Whether they are Alvars or whoever, they say the divine Lord is the one. If you go to Kerala also, don't you see the divine Lord sleeping over there in Thiruvananthapuram? Think about it. Padmanabh Swami, Sri Ranga. You have to attribute it to that divine. By saying this world has been created by the unmanifest is wrong. Especially for us, because we are the believers of devotional path. I teach only devotional path. I am not interested in teaching you any other path. We only talk of love and devotion. So Brahmaji in the Srimad Bhagavatam says, I attribute everything to Sri Krishna himself. Otherwise, one is sure to be illusioned by observing my powerful activities. Otherwise, you will start thinking from tomorrow, oh, Brahmaji did it. No, Brahmaji does it. Ramakrishna Paramahansa did what he was supposed to do. Just by becoming a mouthpiece doesn't make anybody great. No. Ramana Maharshi is a person who is great. See, in a similar fashion, you will find that you have to give that greatness to the right one. You may be just saying the words of the Lord only. But attribution is important. Saying that is very important. And when you take the credit, I did it, I did it, I did it, it is your ego talking. So, we are doing Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 5, Verse 11. I create after the Lord's creation by his personal effulgence, which is called Brahma Jyoti. Just as when the sun manifests his fire, the moon, the firmament, the influential planets and the twinkling stars also manifest their brightness. So here Brahmaji is clearly saying to his son Narada, see, it is Krishna's Brahma Jyoti that is responsible for creating this whole thing. I am just a tool in the hands of Sri Krishna. Think about it. Do not keep on taking attribution for yourself. It is not good. Similarly, Brahmaji is saying very clearly, see, I am only a tool in the hands of the divine Lord. The Brahma Jyoti, the power to create that which is there within me, that special functionality, that potency that is there for me to create, which has been given by my great, that is Sri Krishna himself. He has given this to me. So he says, his personal effulgence, his personal powers, his personal potency has been given to me in a fashion where the entire universe works. The sun is shining because of the effulgence of the Lord. So Lord has given the power for the sun to shine, for the wind to blow, for the air to move. I'm sure you understand all these things. For the water to quench the thirst. God has given this potency and the power. All this power, this way in which you can use it, this is called the Brahma Jyoti. So, when the sun manifests the fire, the moon the firmament, the influential planets and the twinkling stars also manifest their brightness. When the stars are shining in the sky, when the sun is shining, when the moon is, having those phases, okay, the twinkling, the sea, the oceans, everything in this world is happening because of the divine Lord's potency. A very unique story was happening yesterday when I was reading a scripture. It so happens that Sri Krishna has gone to the planet of all the Rishi Munis. So there is a Rishi Munis, all those are in one place. So when Sri Krishna visits them, so he says to all these people, see, today I have a requirement. The requirement is I want to send one of you on the earth so that you can take forward my name forward. Who is willing to go? So there are all these saints, different saints. Like Namdev is there, Kabir is there, everybody is there. Too many of them, Mirabai is there and all kinds. So they are over there. And when he asks, it is Namdev who says, I want to go, I want to go, I want to go. Because Namdev, has always done this. Remember, he is the one who says, I am the one who talks to God. You know that story? His own guru is also there. Vishobha Khechar is also there sitting. So Namdev says, I am Nama, I want to go. So he says, okay, very good. You know what is the job that I want to give you? The job is to write praises in the form of OVs. OVs means paragraphs, like you have poetry in the form of poetry. And you have to do that for more than 100 million times. He says, okay, I'm ready for it. I've done this before. Now I can do it once again. Okay, so you are going to become Tukaram. So Namdev is the one who has to take up the body of Tukaram. So the question was, how is it that he took the body of Tukaram? Please understand this. I have given one example. In this example, you will understand a lot of things. This example is, there is a bottling plant. You remember I used to be the boss of a bottling plant, isn't it? So in my past, so in the bottling plant, there is a bottling plant, there is a soft drink getting manufactured over there. So all those bottles are moving in a fashion. And they are getting filled with the same liquid. Okay? When it is passing ahead, you will find that some bottles are having some problem. They are not getting filled properly. Some are having defects. Some bottles are broken. Some lids are not correct, so on and so forth. So we remove them out. Alright? So think on those lines. You people are bodies getting manufactured in the divine bottling plant. That is in this divine universe. You are getting manufactured. Now you may be called by some name, Coke, Pepsi, whatever, whatever, Mirinda and whatnot. Some name is there on the bottle, so you are human being. Alright? Now you are being born in different wombs. It is the same pattern. Every bottle has a destiny written. You have to go here to this store or this place where you will get sold. You will go to this one's house. You understand? Every bottle has a destiny, correct? Similar fashion, your body also got manufactured like that. It has a destiny. You are born in that place. You have to live your life in some place. You may have to get married to someone. You may have to have children, blah, blah, blah. The entire life story is ahead of you. Now, it so happens that the Divine Lord decides, okay, in one body specifically, I want to send Nama, that is Namdev, in this body. So he has identified that bottle, that body. How did this happen? I will tell you. You see, we used to have these, collect the caps of the bottle. Caps, the bottle has caps. Now, in some of the caps, it will be written that you have won this prize, you have won that prize. Okay? Now, already these caps were manufactured and they were kept with the bosses. So, they were lying with me. Okay, so whenever the production was happening and I wanted this production to happen in a certain way, that time I would introduce those 3-4 bottle caps over there in the bottling, okay, and then they used to get bottled. So what was done was we used to remove that crate out. The crate was always, you understand what a crate is, no? Number of bottles is there in one packaging. Now this packaging was always removed and sent to some special place. So the destination was already decided. And then somebody from that store will win the prize. This is like gaming the system. You understand what gaming the system means, no? Every company does this, but they will deny it. The whole world will deny it that they don't game the system. But the system is already gamed. Everybody knows who is going to win. Like they have the lotto system across the world, or the gaming systems across the world. You have seen in so many movies also that even the gaming tables are always, there is some particular thing that is done over there so that only certain people will win. So this way, God also has gamed the system. So what he does is he tells Nama, you will be born in this place as Tukaram. So now do you understand why a certain body is picked up for divinity purposes? Certain bodies are divine. Not everybody can be divine. Not everybody has the essence of that divinity. So the divinity, whoever is this great sage or saint will be born in a certain family. You have done scriptures with me of Dattatreya. In that you have seen that Shripad Sri Vallabh, Narsimha Saraswati, they were pointed out. This is the place you will be born. And they enter the system. Similar fashion, you will find that Namdev enters as Tukaram. Who is Namdev and Tukaram? None other than Narada. And can all these avatars exist simultaneously? 100%. Have I not told you, when I went to Dehu Alandi, I saw these two sitting in front of each other and talking to each other very animatedly. One was Tukaram and one was Sant Jnaneshwar. I listened to their conversation for a very short time and then I said, I let them be. But in this century, to see them sitting in front of me, it was a strange sign. So, the Divine Lord can exist in 100 places also. So, when somebody asks a question, can Sri Krishna be available in 10 different places? He is God Almighty. He can be in 100 places if he wants to. Don't question that. Don't question anything like that. Dattatreya is an avatar of the Divine Lord. Can he appear 5 times in different places? 100%. And every avatar is different looking. Please don't go by the appearances. They just take up bodies. It's like the bottle, Just now I explained the whole bottle thing. It is like that. So I hope you understand this. This Brahma Jyoti is responsible for all the effulgence that is going around in this universe. So it is one God's creatability. That is creations, creativity. We do the next verse, verse 12, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 5. I offer my obeisance and meditate upon Lord Krishna, that is Vasudeva, the personality of Godhead, whose invincible potency influences them. The less intelligent class of men to call me the Supreme Controller. See, in this also please understand, we become sycophants to those people who are useless. The boss is somebody else, but the person in front of you can just be a small pawn, and you get carried away by that pawn. Suppose you have to meet the, let us say you are registering a property. You know there is a super boss over there, correct? So the super boss is responsible, but you are giving all the bribes and everything to the clerk over there or to the peon over there. What is the point? I am not saying bribes are good. I am just saying this is what everybody does. Even if it is written, don't pay bribes, don't do this, don't do this. But yes, they are doing it. Strange as it may seem, the way in which we go about doing our duties, we always flout the rules. But remember, there is a finer authority somewhere which is doing the job. Today you may not feel the need for doing anything. I personally feel, many a times people get so bored with what I am doing over here that they would rather not attend. They would say, what is there? I will go see it in the YouTube tomorrow. What big deal? He is talking the same thing over and over again. What is the point of being there? But have you noticed, when a new movie comes, you keep on singing the same song of the movie throughout your entire 1 year? Why do you do that? Today some movie becomes a hit, some song becomes a hit. Every now and then, are you not going to sing that same song? You understand what I'm saying? So in a similar fashion, are you going to go and watch the movie 100 times? No. See, there was a movie in the past called Sholay. Okay, people went and watched it even 100 times in the past. I don't know what they get by watching the same movie 100 times. As if they are going to write a big thesis in or PhD, they will get PhD in Sholay. No. I saw the movie after 100 weeks. And that too with 100 cuts. Why? Because every person during my yuga, during my age, was saying the dialogues, and I knew the dialogues by heart because all my friends were saying the same dialogue. And it is like that. Why do I need to go and watch a movie which everybody is talking about when I can know the whole story by sitting in front of some person? So this is what everybody does. So here what he is saying is, the Supreme Controller, that is the Divine Lord himself, is doing everything. He's got this potency. Now I am keeping on repeating this. You people have been waiting for Narada's story to continue somewhere down the line. You are literally impatient. When is this story going to start? I don't know. The thought going on in your mind is, for the last 4-5 weeks, Brahmaji is going to tell us the story. Today also it's the same thing. Why is Brahmaji not starting? It is like going to a theater and sitting through all those ads, in the beginning. And suddenly the trailers also come. And then they will say, oh, it's an internal. You can go and eat something outside. What are you talking about? I want to see the movie, finish with it. The reason why we do this is, when you go to a theater, this is the problem that you face. In Netflix and all these, Amazon and all that, what do? If a portion comes where you don't like the songs, you can forward it, isn't it? The control is in your hands. In TV, you have a control or what? No. 100 ads that fellow will show. We have to watch it. Similarly, if you go to YouTube also, they will show the ads. Now, what is it that you are thinking of? I wish I can remove all this nonsense from here. So in a similar fashion, today you are thinking, Guruji, why don't you cut this crap and come straight to the point and say how this whole thing is happening? I want to know. Otherwise, these lectures are boring, So you are getting bored. This is like YouTube sending 100 ads and just imagine tomorrow Netflix will put 20 ads in front. First you see this, otherwise you can't see the movie. Like that, okay? So, the potency which is influencing all this is Sri Krishna himself. Nobody else influences this whole thing. That means the stars are shining because of the power of Krishna. I am telling you this story because of Krishna. Please remember this. Everything happens by the will of Krishna only. Okay? But when you attribute it to somebody else. So we are doing Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 5, verse 13. The illusory energy of the Lord cannot take precedence, being ashamed of her position. But those who are bewildered by her always talk nonsense, being absorbed in thought of it is I, it is mine. This is a very, very dangerous thing. Now, how is this dangerous? You will understand. Sri Krishna, in the form of Vishnu, is standing over there with his Sudarshan Chakra. Sudarshan is telling Sri Krishna, Krishna, the power comes to you because of me. I am the Sudarshana. Really? No, sir. Attribution to Krishna is important, not to the power. Strange enough, people want to see divinity. They want to see God. But they have a caveat. They have this thing behind it. I want to see the miracle. I don't want to actually see God. It's when I see a miracle that I will believe there is God. Do you get the point? This is how human beings treat. Guruji, you don't do any miracles in life. You must be some ordinary person on the roadside, just talking about it. You have a talk of, the glib talker you are. You can talk very nicely. Even Donald Trump can talk nicely. Even Modi can talk nicely. But you don't have any powers, So the powers are defining God. Many years ago, a very similar incident happened with me. One of my disciples challenged, started calling me bad words, saying, abusing to the core. And the person said, you don't know me. I am the power in the universe. I am Maya. You don't understand me. So I looked at her and said, yeah, of course. You are Maya. You are like Sudarshana. You are that Sudarshana. Like in a similar manner. You are Maya, of course. But Maya has no value if there is no Krishna. It is the potency of Krishna. If Krishna doesn't want that Maya to work, Krishna will say, okay, don't work, Maya. Why do you need to work? I am there. But the ego was so strong and powerful that it could not be controlled. The person left. Gave me a lot of bad words. Said a lot of derogatory things. But when Maya bites Maya, it is a very big problem. Finally, you have to come back, no? So the whole circle gets completed. You know that dragon which eats its own tail like snake? You know that thing? The snake is there. He is a very long fellow. His mouth is eating the tail. Sir, this is a very, very peculiar phenomena. The power eats itself up. So don't attribute anything to power. Power is just superficial. Power should not be given that predominance. Who is the one who runs the power? Think on that Lord only. Think about Krishna. Don't think about powers. Never think about powers. And don't try to challenge also. It's not important. Those who have seen me in my life, I have never gone and challenged anybody. There are people who come and they do a lot of stuff. They say a lot of things. Rajma gets upset, because I don't do anything. So she'll say, why don't you say something to them? No, I don't need to. Maya is there. The divinity is right round. They will handle it. Why do I need to interfere? There you go. And my potencies. I don't have to lift my finger for it. I will never act. I don't have to go and get even with somebody. If somebody writes some trash against me, I am not going to write trash against them. That is a human being's tendency. Do you get the point? Secondly, if somebody says something bad to you, do you want to go to that person and say, no, you are wrong, I am like this only. You want to give justification. Human beings love justifying. Petty human beings love justifying. They have a petty nature, so they will do. They want to use their powers. No, I never said anything like that. Well, your problem, not mine. So, understand one thing, give the due relevance to Sri Krishna and not to the potency. Potency is a part of the Divine Lord. So here in this case he says, the illusory energy of the Lord cannot take precedence. The illusory energy is Maya. Maya cannot come in front of Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna is always number one. Maya comes walking behind him, being ashamed of her position. Her position. What position? Maya can become sickly also, no? So this happens. Universe works like this. You don't challenge Sri Krishna. No Maya can challenge Sri Krishna. But those who are bewildered by her ways talk nonsense, being absorbed in the thought, it is I, it is mine. These bewildered people who are brainless people, they think, oh, I did it. You don't understand my power. I am responsible. I put you in this job. I did this. Oh, really? Just the thought of the Divine Lord itself does it. It's not a problem for him. So, Maya can never take precedence. Alright? Verse 14. The 5 elementary ingredients of creation, the interaction thereof set by the eternal time, and the intuition of nature of individual beings are all differentiated parts and parcel of Sri Krishna. And in truth, there is no other value in them. Whatever the units of creation that are there, fire, air, water, everything, whatever you can think of. The 3 gunas also. Every ingredient on this planet Earth or in the universe, wherever it is. What creates the plants, what creates the birds, what creates the animals, what creates human beings, the mountains, the rivers, the valleys, everything, sun, moon, stars, everything. The entire creation is made up of elementary matter. Then the interaction thereof. In time there is an interaction. I am sure you understand. They interact with each other and create a new element and create a new stuff. Correct? This is nothing but Tattva Bodh, where one element mixes up with another and creates something else. Like in chemistry also we know, sodium hydroxide we use with hydrochloric acid, it creates sodium chloride and water. So basically how these ingredients mix around is similar fashion. He says ingredients mix around. But it is all driven by time. There is a factor called time. There is a factor called items that are there, ingredients. Time is there. Intuition, nature of individual beings. Every individual being has a nature, isn't it? Tomorrow, you can't go and kiss a snake, you know. That fellow is very vicious. Why you want to go and kiss a snake? Can be poisonous, you know, with the bite that may have. A dog. What is the job of a dog? To guard the house, to bark at strangers and so on. That is the job. Tomorrow he is not going to do that. Is it okay? Everything has got some kind of a functionality. They all perform as per their individual nature. In your own life, there may be 10 people, you know, around you. Husband, wife, children. Everybody has a nature or no? Can you change that nature? If there is a lazy person in the house, do you expect that lazy person to get up at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock in the morning? It's impossible. It's completely impossible. They will never do it. Nothing is going to help them. See, we should never try to make those people do something, because how can you train an idiot? No. Think on those lines. You know, you have seen your mother and your father for many years. Now they might be living in this world for, say, let us say 60 years. And you may be around 35, 40 or so. And you are trying to tell your mother, no, you have to, this way only you have to do. I mean, look, think about it. 60 years of big fat ego that woman is having or that man is having, you think by listening to you they will change? Your ego of 40 years is not changing. What are you talking about, a 60-year-old ego or a 70? They are never going to change. The inherent nature is like that. Nothing can change the ego of a person. Nothing can change their nature, inherent nature. So we, in spirituality, we try to put these qualities behind. But you really think it works? It requires very, very strong will. Doesn't work. A lazy is a lazy person. You can't change that person. A liar is a liar. No way of changing. Everybody is like that. Think on those lines. So why are we even bothered about it? Don't. Because there is no point in changing a person. So here he says, the intuition or the nature of the individual living beings are all differentiated parts and parcel of Sri Krishna only. Sri Krishna has given that person that quality. They will go as per that quality. The quality is actually defined in a manner, and everybody does that in the way they are supposed to do. I just now gave you an example of, Tukaram Maharaj. Why can you not be a Tukaram Maharaj? No genetic structure also. You are still the same bottle, same water in it. Okay? and you are not even trying for it, can you become a new Tukaram, new? You don't even have that ability. You are driven by your nature. The nature says, I am lazy. I am lazy. I don't like to work. I don't like to work. So there was this person I met way back in time. The mother kept on saying to that child means not a child, a grown-up person, take up a job, take up a job, take up a job, take up a job. That person said, yeah mom, I'll take. Yeah mom, I'll take. Yeah mom, I'll take. Today that person must be in early 30s. Even today that person is not doing a job. No. He is not interested in a job at all. Why? The nature was such. A person who is lazy will find 101 means of saying how lazy they can be. You can't induce that person to take up a job and do some constructive work. So I told the mother, I said, see, please understand one thing. Later on also she came to me. She said, Guruji, please tell my son not to do some work. I said, have you seen the lazy bone that he is? From the beginning of time, you have made him lazy. You have spoon-fed him everything. You're giving him food, you're giving him toys, you're giving him everything in his bed only. What kind of an idiot were you? And when he became 20 years old, you are expecting him to work? He is used to getting free money. You used to give him money. You people are rich people. So you will give money to your son and say, take this money, take this money, take this money. He got into gaming and other things. After that, 10 years went by. He is still into gaming and he doesn't even do any work. You tell him, pick up this cup of tea and keep it in the kitchen. He will not do. You have to do it, isn't it? So tell me something. How did you train your son? And then you are expecting him to work just now? It is never going to happen. And this is where the problem was. That boy must be around 30 something plus. Even today he doesn't do anything. Nothing. Because his father is earning, he's already earned a lot of money and kept. Mother herself doesn't do any work. You see, the son all copies from the mother, isn't it? The father is always on tour, he's going here, he's going there, he comes once in a while and all that. He's always busy, like kind of a stuff. Now, this is the son story I was saying. The daughter is also there, okay, in the picture, but the daughter story is not relevant just now. But I will tell you how this. So the son is least bothered. He learned gambling also. He used to play online games, gamble away to glory. Mother will say, why do you need this money? No, mom, I have to buy this, I have to do that, I have to change my, hard drives and this. He'll give some bullshit reason and then he will take money from her. The mother doesn't understand. And what was the mother's nature? Going around with circle in this complex. There is a big complex there. So she will go around with, oh, I got this friend, I have to go to her house. I got that friend, I have to go to that one's house. Full day she is in the company of all these women, playing cards, okay, drinking away to glory. When you have a mother like this, you think the son is going to be good? So you will understand, the woman can't say these words also, ki change my son. First you change yourself. You are a lazy bone. You like to blow up the money just because your husband is earning a lot of money. They are very big business people, okay? Very huge business people. They have factories in Punjab and all that. I'm talking about this is a very huge factories in Punjab. Punjab or North or wherever. Oh, why is she bothered? She has got 4 servants at home. Somebody is cooking, somebody is cleaning the house, somebody is cleaning the cars. Big house. They have an entire floor. You know, 10,000, 5,000 square feet, God knows what. Big people, rich people. She's a lazy bone. She will get up whenever she feels like. She doesn't do any work. Has breakfast at 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock herself. The son is awake in the night. He goes to sleep in the morning. Now tell me, at the age of 30 or whatever the age that he is, you think there can be some changes in that person's life or what? The inherent nature. And father is least interested. Father is only interested in making millions. He's bothered about money. He's bothered about business. He's bothered about all these damn things around him. How do you change this man? How do you change this woman? And how do you change this son? They are all going to go to hell. 100%. What is your verdict? You want to send them to some nice place? I think then the next life of theirs, they are going to become, one of the worst, workers on this planet Earth. Whatever work that they are shirking today, in the next life they will be working like a donkey, like a bull or a cow or something like that. Don't worry. Maybe like a pig. I don't know. Pigs don't work actually. Maybe an ant. I don't know. So this is how it is. So here he says, everybody is driven by their nature. But all these differentiated things, everything comes from Sri Krishna alone. Please remember this. Any other thing besides this is not the truth at all. So it is how you use this truth in your life. So we have come to the end of verse 14. We will stop over here for today.
Recording.